Okay. So good evening. So the other day during meditation, a memory came to mind. And it's one of those times where you're meditating and you're like, what is this? What is this thought that's coming in distracting me? But this was different. This was a memory of from when I was like 12 years old. And I'm thinking, where did that come from? You know, like one of the file cabinets that you have in the back room of the warehouse, and they got to, you know, dust it off and unlock it and dig inside and find this memory in my head, and it made no sense to me. And then I thought about it. So instead of pushing it aside and saying, you know, I'll deal with you later, I realized it has that memory has to be coming for a reason. I need to remember this for a reason. And it was a time where an incident occurred in which I felt embarrassed and maybe even a little shame. I felt people were laughing at me. I was just a kid, but I didn't feel like a kid. I felt like it didn't feel good. And so I said, why? Why is this feeling here? And I realized that this is a blemish. We carry these things around with us throughout our lifetimes. We repress them, we put them aside. Intellectually, we know that they are not really hurting us, but they are because they're there. And that memory of feeling small and embarrassed was still there. So it was up to me to focus on it, look at it, ask it why, and then recognize that the laughter wasn't because I was stupid or said something dumb, but it was because they were laughing because someone so young would say something like I said. It was more about that than anything else, and that was kind of liberating. What really made it liberating was forgiving myself. I had to say, it's okay to feel that way. You just have to address it. So I allowed myself to forgive myself. And so our class today is going to be based on forgiveness. And when we think about our ability to forgive, what do you need to forgive? Well, you need humility, right? You need to be a little humble when you forgive yourself or someone else. But that humility gives you power. It actually gives you strength. And we need strength too. We need that strength to be brave. We need to have an open heart, a very wide open heart, so we can be vulnerable, because when you're vulnerable, that's when you are your bravest. Think about soldiers going into battle. That is when they are most vulnerable and bravest. So these are the things that our practice will help us come in touch with. So close your eyes and come inside. Focus on your breath. Next time you increase your inhale, when you deepen it, think about forgiving yourself, breathing in the courage you need to forgive yourself. And when you exhale, let that exhale be your ability to forgive others. Inhale, deep inhale. Feel your whole body repairing as you forgive yourself. Exhale, let it go. Remember that all those little things that we carry around in us, and there are enough of them, they become a big thing. And they get in the way of who we really are, of our full potential. So breathe in, forgive yourself. Exhale, let it go. Forgive others. After your next exhale, come back to your natural rhythm of breathing and open your eyes. Excellent. So let's start our warm-up. Walk your hands over to the right, left arm alongside left ear. Bend your right elbow and stretch your left side body. Inhale, send your left arm up to the sky. Rotate your arm so your thumb is facing away from you. Bend your elbow, bring the back of your hand to the back of your heart. Inhale and open up your heart. So push in to your right hand that's on the mat and twist a little bit to open your heart up to the sky. Our first heart opener. And then extend your arm. Inhale, exhale, bring your left arm and hand forward of your right knee. Bring both arms into parallel. Look forward with a flat back. Inhale, exhale, bend your elbows and bow. Inhale, exhale, bend. Inhale, pause, slide your fingers to your knee. Left hand on right knee, turn to look over your right shoulder. Inhale your arms up alongside your ears and twist back to center on an exhale. Bring your arms down by your side. So I'm nursing an unhappy knee, so I'm moving that leg around to get it comfortable. So let's do the other side. Walk your left hand away, your right hand, and your right hand stretches to the left. Bend your left elbow. Feel that side body stretch. Then send your right hand to the sky, fingers pointing upward. Rotate your arm all the way from the shoulders, your thumb pointing away. Bend your elbow, bring the back of your hand to the back of your heart. Press into your left hand, twist just a little bit to open up your heart to the sky. Release your right hand like both arms were a straight line. Your wings. Inhale, exhale, place your right hand forward of your left knee. Arms come into parallel. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend and fold. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, pause. Slide your fingers to your knee, twist to look over your left shoulder. Bring both arms up alongside your ears. Inhale and then exhale back to center. Bring your arms back down by your side. Send your legs straight out in front of you. Shake them out. Let's come around onto hands and knees. If you like a blanket under your knees, just set yourself up and come to Bharmanasana, the table. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Inhale, send your spine curling towards the mat in a dog spine. Pause here and wag your tail. Come to center, and on an exhale, arch your spine up towards the sky like a Halloween cat. Inhale, dog. Exhale, cat. Continue at your own pace, feeling every nuance of this transition from your spine going in one direction to the other. The next time you're in your cat spine, send your hips to your heels, your arms extended overhead. Look between your hands. Lift your hips, send your hips forward, send your heart between your arms. Inhale, exhale, send your hips back towards your heels. Just going to stay there for a moment. Inhale, come forward again. Turn under your toes, downward facing dog. Chest toward thighs, heels towards the mat, and push the mat away with your hands isometrically. And then begin to walk your dog. And then pause in your dog. Come forward to plank. Bring your knees to the mat. Slide your hands back towards your knees. Come to stand on your knees. You're going to send your arms out to the side and gather all that energy around you. Send your fingers to the sky, look up, feeling brave, feeling your power. Inhale, exhale, send your hips to your heels, bring your hands down to the mat. Come into Balasana, child's pose, for a show of humility. Spread your arms out from your shoulders, your wings. Rotate your arms so that you can use them to lift yourself up back onto your knees, your arms up in the shape of victory, the shape of power. Inhale, exhale, bring your hands down, your hips back behind you, into a pose of introspection, a pose of humility. Send your wings out to the side, rotate your arms to lift you all the way up. Send your arms back behind you. Yoga Mudra behind you, your interlaced fingers. You're going to send your knuckles down towards the mat to open up your heart, to be brave, to be vulnerable, to be forgiving. Release your arms and send them into a V shape, pointing towards the mat, an upside down V. And then open your heart once again. Bring the heel of your hands to the back of your waist. Place the heels at the back waist, giving you support to come into a deeper back bend, to open your heart a little bit more. Inhale, exhale, send your hips to your heels, your arms overhead for an extended child's pose, and bow your head. Slide your hands toward your knees, come back up to stand on your knees. All right. Step your right foot forward. You're going to walk your foot away from your hip, but your hips are still over your left knee. You're going to send your arms back behind you. You're getting ready. Inhale, slide forward, send your arms up. Exhale, straighten your leg, bow over your leg. Inhale, bend and rise up. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bow down. This time when you come up, you're going to stop and bring your hips over your left knee, walk your foot back, and we will do the other side. Okay, so left knee comes forward, walk it away, walk your foot away. And here we go. Send your arms back behind you first to give you some leverage, to propel you forward as you rise up. Slide your hips forward. Inhale, exhale, hands down, straighten your leg. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Once more, rise up, fold. Come back up to bring your hips over your right knee this time. Step your foot back, place your knee back on the mat. All right. So come back to table. You're going to send your right leg back behind you. You're going to swivel your right foot on the mat. Take a look between your arms, look back at your feet, and try to get the arch of your right foot in line with your left toes. And then fan open. Lift your right leg, lifting it up, hip high. You can stay here if you wish. You can bend your right knee, take your foot, and open up your heart once again. Release. Bring your knees back down. Stabilize your table for a moment. Take a breath. Send your left leg back. Swivel. Line your feet up. Fan open. Send your shoulder over your wrist as you lift your back leg. Bend your left knee, reach for your foot, open up. Release. Come to child's pose. All right. So lift up, and perhaps you'll bring your hips to your heels, sitting on your heels, and then roll over on to whichever side you prefer to bring your legs around and come to sit with your legs stretched out in front of you. Your hands alongside your hips, your toes to the sky, your elbows reaching back, your legs active, your muscles engaged, your feet flexed, crown of your head reaching up, feel a straight line from the base of your spine all the way up your spine through to the crown of your head. Inhale, gather. Exhale, bring that energy to your heart. Inhale, bend your knees, flex your feet. Exhale, point and straighten. Inhale, bend and flex. Exhale, point and straighten. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, pause. Inhale, exhale, hinge at the hips, sliding your whole torso forward. Reach for the outside of your feet or your ankle or your calf. And bow over your extended legs. And perhaps here, you'll straighten your legs. You can keep your knees bent if your body requires. Otherwise, straighten your legs and fold in half. Paschimottanasana, the Western stretch. Look up, bring your arms alongside your ears and lift all the way up. Bring your hands down by your side. All right. So we talked about doing some strengthening poses to help us build our strength, to help us come in to that power of forgiveness. So walk your hands back, bring your forearms to the mat and come all the way down on your back. So we're going to work a little bit on our core. All right. So place your feet on the mat. Lift your hips, send them slightly toward your heels to lengthen your spine. Bring your knees into your chest, hug them. Inhale, and on an exhale, lift your shoulders and your head as if you wanted to touch your knees with your nose. Inhale, send your arms alongside your ears, your feet away from me, you hovering over the mat. Exhale, curl, knees into chest, nose to knees. Inhale, lengthen your whole body, arms behind you, feet in the opposite direction. The lower your feet are to the mat, to your legs, the more challenging it is. Make sure you're engaging your abdominal muscles here. That helps you to protect your lower back, very important. And then the next time your knees are into your chest, let your head and shoulders come back to the mat and just roll your hips from side to side. And then come to center. Bring your feet to the mat. So we're going to try to do some sit-ups, but it's really important for you to engage your abs for two very important reasons. First, when you use your abdominal muscles to lift you up, you're protecting your lower back from having too much strain. But the other reason is that that's how you build core strength. So let's start. We'll start with a gentle sit-up. So slide your forearms back and bring your head and shoulders up, and slide your elbows under your shoulders. Inhale, and on an exhale, press into your forearms, press into your hands, come forward with your torso. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, push into your hands and forearms, come up. And continue this at your pace. And then the next time you're back on your forearms, you're going to slide your arms forward, bring your back down to the mat, send your arms overhead. So now you got the feel of using your abdominal muscles to help lift you up. Inhale, and on an exhale, engage those abs and come up, bringing your chest towards your knees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sit up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sit up. Move your feet away from your hips. The farther away from your hips they are, the easier it will be to sit up. If you want a little bit more challenge, bring your heels toward your hips. And then the next time you're sitting up, wrap your arms around your shins. Bow your head. The seated pose of the child. Humility. Strength and humility working together. Lift your head, bring your hands alongside your body, step your hands back behind you. And we're going to do a reverse table here. So we've come to affectionately call this Stephasana. And you're going to lift your hips and send your table in a reverse position. You're looking up at the sky. Engage those abs to lift your hips a little bit more. Inhale, exhale, bring your hips back down in between your hands. Extend your legs. Come to sit in Dandasana and just breathe. You're going to bend your knees and bring your knees over to one side or the other and make your way up to stand. All right. Come to your mountain. So remember, in your mountain, your crown of your head is reaching up, your feet rooted as if they were underground, growing out. Send your shoulders forward, up, back down, let your arms just fall naturally by your side. Your palms will naturally face slightly forward. Engage your abs, let your belly come close to your spine. To lift your ribs up a little bit higher, your chin is level with the earth. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Once more, inhale, exhale. All right. So we're going to do a little bit more strengthening as we stand before we come to our warriors, which are very important for forgiveness. Place your right foot at 12 o'clock and then step your left foot back, cross it behind your right to 4 o'clock, sort of, right? Your back leg stays long and straight. Your front leg can bend a little bit. You're going to lift both arms up. You're going to take your left wrist with your right hand. You're going to send your left arm reaching to the right for a full side body stretch. And then you're going to use the weight of your right arm. You don't need to pull. You just use the weight to intensify that stretch. You're going to hold it for a little bit. This is good for your IT band, which is a band of a fibrous tissue, very strong one, that goes from the top of your hip to your tibia, your shin bone. Both arms straight up to the sky, step forward. Let's do the other side. So you're going to start with your left foot at 12 o'clock and your right foot steps back. Oh my goodness. And then to, what is that, 7, right? 7 o'clock. Arms up, long straight back leg, slightly bent front knee. Take your left wrist with your right hand and just stretch over to the right. Oh no, I'm doing the wrong side. Sorry, the wrong hand. Forgive me. Bring your arms back up. This time we're taking our right wrist with our left hand. We just did that other side before. And stretch. This allows you can feel that stretch for your whole side body. You can feel it going all the way down your leg. Let the weight of your arm intensify that stretch. Bring your arms up alongside your ears and step forward. Right. Bend your knees, bring your hands to your thighs. Just rest here for a moment, and maybe you'll do some cats and dogs to loosen your spine a little bit more, to release it after sending it into a deep stretch. And then next time you're in your cat spine, begin to straighten your legs and come up to stand. All right. You're going to come to the front of your mat. Going to step your right foot back and bring your feet into warrior one position. So your feet are in their own lanes. Your left knee is bent over your left ankle. You can step your right leg back a little bit more as long as your foot is flat and secure on the mat. You need that grounding to be a strong warrior. Look forward. Send your arms back behind you and bring your warrior up from the earth, ready to do battle for you. Feel the power of this warrior. Bring your hands together overhead, look up at your prayer. Inhale, exhale, bring that prayer to your heart. Feel your heart beating. Inhale, exhale, send your arms back behind you, Yoga Mudra. Send your knuckles straight back down behind you, opening up your brave heart, getting ready for battle, calling on your brave heart, allowing yourself to open to vulnerability so you can muster up all your courage. Inhale, exhale, come halfway down your whole torso, hovering over your left thigh. You can stay here or on another exhale. You'll inhale, exhale. You can come all the way down inside your leg, crown of your head, reaching for the mat. Maybe your knuckles reach up for the sky or straight back behind you. Press your feet into the mat to bring yourself back up. Release your arms. You're going to step on the ball of your back foot. Your feet are pointing forward. So in Warrior One, your foot was at a slight angle. Now you're going to turn your whole leg so that it's facing forward, and you come on to the ball of your right foot and bring your arms up for a high lunge. Inhale, feel your power. Exhale, fold back down. Wrap your arms around your left thigh, keeping your right heel away from the mat. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale once more, come up, place your back foot down, step forward. Take a breath. Send your left foot back. Set up your Warrior One. All right. Arms stream back behind you. Inhale. Warrior One. Bring your hands into Anjali Mudra, prayer pose. Look up. Bring that prayer to your heart. Send your arms all the way around to bring your fingers interlaced into Yoga Mudra. Knuckles reach for the earth as your heart, your brave heart, opens up. Inhale, exhale, come forward halfway. Stay here, or inhale and then exhale again to come deeper into the pose. Press your feet into the mat and bring yourself back up. Release your arms. Step your back leg. You're going to swivel your feet, your whole leg, so that you are in high lunge. Inhale, exhale, hug your thigh. Inhale, back up. Exhale, hug your thigh. Inhale. One more time. Inhale. Step forward. Bring your arms down by your side. Step your feet apart. Toes pointing forward. Let's open up our hearts again. Coming into five-pointed star. Just feel your energy flowing in this X shape. Then swivel your right feet so your toes are pointing away from you. Bend your right knee, coming in to warrior two. Send your left heel slightly away so that your foot is at a slight angle for better support. Your knee over your ankle. You're going to send your palms forward. Your left palm swings around to touch your right palm. You're going to take hold of the bowstring. And you're going to pull that bowstring all the way back and let it go. You're going to bring your arm all the way around again, pull onto the bowstring and let it go. To release all that anxiety, to release that fear. One last time, grab the bowstring, pull it and let it go. Swivel your foot to center, straight in front of you, so all 10 toes are facing forward. You're going to send your arms straight out to the side. You can heel toe your feet a little closer if that's more comfortable. You're going to hug yourself, forgiving yourself. You're going to inhale. You're going to exhale, send your elbows to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, other side. Inhale to center, send your elbows up to the sky. Bring your elbows to center. And you're going to swing your arms all the way up and make circles, like you were clearing the air, crossing arm in front of arm, clearing the air around you. And then pause, bring your hands down by your side. Swivel your left foot to come in to warrior two legs. Your right heel moves back a bit to be on a slight angle. Your knee over your ankle. Your front knee over your ankle. Make sure your knee does not collapse in. Shoulders square, arms straight out. This time, we're going to do a peaceful warrior to make peace with ourselves and those we may have reason to forgive. Come back to warrior two. Palms forward. Send your right hand to meet your left. Pull on the bowstring. Release. Once more. Pull and release. And one more time. Pull that bowstring, release it, let it go. Let go of all that tension, all that anxiety, all that stuff that gets in the way. Toes, all 10 toes point forward. Heel toe your feet closer, your choice. Send your arms straight out. Hug yourself, make the opposite arm go on top this time. So whatever came natural, do the opposite. Inhale, exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Let's go straight up now to the sky, elbows reaching up. Opening up your heart once more. Bring your elbows down. Send them to the left. Come to center. Swing your arms down and around like you're clearing all the air around you. And cross opposite arms in front as you do that. And then come to stillness. Right. And step your feet together. And just pause for a moment to take a few breaths. Feel your whole body settling. Send your arms out and up. Swing your arms back around. We did this on our knees earlier. Bring the heels of your hands to your back waist. Fingers pointing down. So you're protecting here your lower back. Inhale and then exhale. Open up. Open up your heart. Maybe you'll go a little deeper with this support behind you. Maybe not. Engage your abdominal muscles. Release your arms straight out to the side, like you were flying, floating up to the sky. Completely free, totally free of everything that gets in your way. And then come to a straight spine. Bend your knees, bring your hands to your thighs, flat on your thighs. You're just going to bend over for a moment for a counter pose to that deep back bend. You're going to inhale, you're going to exhale, you're going to fold all the way over, bringing your hands down to the mat. Hang over in Uttanasana, forward fold. Your legs, your knees can be as straight as you like or as bent as you like. You're going to look up, flat back, bend your knees, fly out and up, and bring your hands down to your heart. All right. I think it's time we have to come down to the mat to do our little cooling exercises. So bend your knees and make your way down on to your mat. Let's stop in Dandasana on your way down. Legs out in front of you, elbows reaching behind you, toes to the sky. So early in class, we did Paschimottanasana, the Western stretch. We're going to do it again, and let's see how much easier it may be right now as you're all stretched out. Inhale, arms straight up alongside your ears. Leave your legs straight. If you need to bend them at any point, please do so. Inhale, exhale, lengthen your spine as you hinge from your hips to fold in half over your legs. Look up. Bring your arms alongside your ears and unhinge. Bring your hands down by your side. Place your feet on the mat. Step your hips a little closer to your heels and bring your spine all the way down to the mat. Bring your heels a little closer to your hip, your arms alongside your body. Just breathe a few breaths here. On an inhale, you're going to press your feet into the mat. You're going to lift your hips and bring your breastbone toward your chin for a bridge pose. Your knees need to come closer together. Don't let them splay open to the side. You want to keep them in line with your hips. Lift those hips. Inhale, and on an exhale, begin to pour your spine one vertebra at a time down onto the mat. Bring your knees into your chest. Place one hand on each knee. Notice how with your knees into your chest, your spine flattens on the mat, and you're going to send your knees away, your arms straighten, your small of your back curls. Exhale, bring your knees to your chest. Inhale, send them away. Go back and forth, massaging your lower back. We've done a lot of back bends tonight. Be nice now to our back. Next time your knees are into your chest, pause and then separate them. You're going to send your knees forward together, then back into your chest. So you're making two separate circles with your knees, and you'll notice that you've added your hips into and your ribs into this massaging of your back body, and at the same time saying hi to your hips, your hip sockets. And then pause when your knees are in to your chest, and then go the other way, opposite circles. And then pause. And roll your hips from side to side. Place your feet on the mat. If you have a block or a blanket nearby, push your feet into the mat, lift your hips, place the blanket or the block under your hips, right under your sacrum. Send one leg up to the ceiling, the other leg up to the ceiling. Remember that your legs are up against an invisible wall. Your arms can be straight out from your shoulders. They could be alongside your body. They can be overhead, whatever feels good. So your hips and your legs are against a wall. Bend your knees, bring your feet to the mat, lift your hips if you have a prop underneath and remove it, and come into Shavasana. Legs absolutely comfortable. toes pointing away from each other. Your arms are rotated so that the palms of your hands are facing upward, your fingers curled in a giving and receiving positions. Allow your whole back body to surrender to gravity, to let go. And let every breath that you inhale, every single breath, travel throughout your body, repairing your body and removing all those things that get in your way, all those old wounds. Take a deep breath and then let it go. Roll your head from side to side. Make gentle movements with your hands and your feet. Send your arms overhead, your feet away from you in the opposite direction so that you can have a nice, big, long, full body stretch. And then send your knees in to your chest, hug them, and roll from side to side. Come to center. And then release your legs and roll over into a fetal position on whichever side you prefer. And then make your way up to sit. And take a breath. Feel your hands at your heart. Feel your heart beating. And know that you have the courage, the power, the strength, the open heart, the humility to face those fears, to face those negative feelings about yourself and to let them go. Let's seal this practice with the chanting of Om on an exhale. So take a breath in. Om. Thank you so much for being with me this evening.